Welcome to Switched On Schoolhouse, a CD-ROM-based homeschool curriculum from Alpha Omega Publications. Switched On Schoolhouse Christian Faith and Living is a high school Bible course that is typically included in a 12th grade course of study and includes units on knowing yourself, choosing a ministry, the attributes of God, holiness, and goodness, biblical literature, the Book of Daniel, wisdom for today's youth, and much more. Now let's take a look at a Christian faith and living lesson to see how concepts like these are covered. In a unit entitled Comparative Religions, let's look at a lesson called World Religions, Buddhism. Most Switched On Schoolhouse lessons begin with a brief introduction and a list of objectives for the lesson. These objectives help students stay focused on important lesson content and provide parents with an effective way to measure mastery of lesson content. A variety of audio-visual presentations, including videos, slideshows, and animations, provide reinforcement of lesson content.
Eastern religions are most prevalent in Asia, although they've been gaining momentum in Western countries in recent years. Asian cities are dotted with shrines and temples. Followers of Buddha go to the shrines, statues, and relics of Buddha. Buddhists don't worship a god per se. Rather, they believe salvation only comes from within themselves. While originally Hinduism had one god, the religion as it exists today has a multitude of gods. The temples where the followers go to worship often have intricate wood carvings which tell stories about the gods. While these practices may seem strange to Christians, learning the beliefs behind the practices will help in understanding who the people are and how they view the world. This is an important part of being able to defend Christianity as the only true religion.
At the beginning of most lessons, your students will also encounter a list of vocabulary words that will be used throughout the lesson. We've included several activities to encourage mastery of these important words. For example, students can hear the correct pronunciation of each word.
Soothsayer, decrepit.
In addition, the vocabulary arcade games encourage mastery of the vocabulary words by providing practice in the correct spelling of each word and in matching each word with its definition. Let's look at a sample. Flashcards allow students to easily review the words and their definitions. As students study, it's important that they understand that what they're learning fits into a timeline of history. Any linked date or major event within the text of the lesson provides access to an interactive timeline. The timeline provides information about great civilizations, historical eras, significant events, and persons from history. Colorful diagrams, maps, and photographs help to effectively illustrate lesson concepts that are being covered in the lesson. After completing the first section of lesson text, the student can continue on to the next section of the lesson, reading the text and utilizing the included multimedia. All scripture passages quoted within a lesson are highlighted in blue. Parents may select to utilize either the King James Version or New American Standard versions of the Bible. Web-enabled links allow students to safely use the Internet to locate carefully chosen supplements to course content. At the end of the lesson, the student is presented with a series of questions that provide a review of lesson content. Questions are presented in a variety of formats, including matching, fill in the blank, true and false, sequencing, multiple choice, multiple select, click and place, essay questions, and many more. 85 to 90% of student work is graded instantly by the program. Answers are automatically saved as the student works through the questions, and immediate feedback is given after each question has been answered. If a parent has set the program to allow for multiple attempts, students will be looped back through the lesson to answer questions that were marked wrong on the first attempt. The lesson is complete when all questions have been answered correctly or when the student has exhausted his allowed attempts on each question. The student can then return to the home page to continue through the rest of his daily assignments.